Hello and welcome back to another episode of Witcher 3, Venom Swords and Warrior's Jacket only. We're playing on Deathmarch difficulty. We are heading into Novigrad right now to talk to Dandelion, who's at the Rosemary and Thyme. He asked us to stop by when we got back into town to just to catch up on old times, and I think he might actually need help with something. I don't know why there's all these witch hunters outside. Anyway, let's go in and speak with Dandelion.
What do you want?
I want to talk to my friend Dandelion.
Before I lose my patience.
See ya.
Is it truly what you want? To be purveyor of cheap whores and watered down wine?
Hey, I can't control what I inherit.
But you can control what you do with it.
I know, which is exactly why I'm considering.
Oh, you're always considering. If it's not one thing, it's another. Let me know when you finally decide.
Looks like we stumbled in on a lover's spat. Let's pretend we're just looking in my trunk here and not paying any attention. Hey, since I've gone up some levels, I can use some more of these crossbow bolts. Great. And I didn't find a good buyer for any of these trophy heads, so I'm going to put them all back, and maybe I'll find someone later. But I think we're going to be okay with money pretty much for a while. But you never know. Might need to save up for something in the near future. But as of now, we're good. Alright, let's go talk to Dandelion.
What was that about?
She spat in my face. Or might as well have. Called me a whoremonger and a witless hack. Can you imagine? Wit is my forte.
Gotta say, Priscilla's really growing on me.
Save it.
And why don't you save your pouting? Prove to her she's wrong.
Exactly what I plan to do. I've always dreamed of having my own cabaret. A bit of paint and plaster, and this place will do splendidly. Just one hitch. I need coin. So, if you happen to get a break between drowners and ekamajigs, maybe you can help an old friend out.
Maybe the Vivaldis would give you a loan. I'd vouch for you.
Funny you mention that. I went to see Vivaldi. You know what he said? Witchers are no good as guarantors. Risk of premature death is way too high. But I have another idea. I dated this girl once, Sophronia. That's a name if you can believe it. Has a merchant for a father, importer of spices from Zerrikania. And Daddy Dear would never refuse his daughter Dear a thing. We can borrow the coin from her.
Fine. Tell me what you want. Got a feeling you've a plan all cooked up.
Sophronia could still be holding a grudge after our unfortunate parting. But with a touch of help from you, I know she'll forgive me. And then give me that loan.
What's this help entail?
First of all, we need to borrow a dull sword from Madame Irina, one of her props. You know, the kind they use during performances? Get that, then meet me outside Sophronia's house.
Let's say I agree and go see Madame Irina. What'll you be doing in the meantime?
Something I have to finish. But I promise I'll do it before you come back with the sword. Then I'll tell you the rest.
Fine, but...
Geralt, the only butts in this plan will be the ones filling my seats. It'll work, you'll see. Get the sword from Madame Irina and meet me outside Sophronia's at sunset.
Okay. Alright, we're in High Rock Square, headed for the theater, and to speak with Madame Irenera. Or Madame Irina? Madame Irenera. Madame Irina. You know, I'll never get her name right. Anyway, let's go talk to her. She must be inside her house over here. If I can just get around this door. I made it around the door. Congratulations, me. You in here, Madame Irenera?
So good to see you.
Got a request. Need to borrow one of your props. One of the swords you use for stage battles.
My, whatever do you need that for?
I don't know, but Dandelion claims it's essential.
Oh, yes. I suspected Master Dandelion might have a hand in this. I certainly hope you don't aim to compete with me. Voilà.
Thanks. I'll try not to damage it. So long.
If anything, I'll enhance it and put sockets in it and make it into a really cool sword that we can use for a special mission sometimes. But don't worry about it, Madame Irenera. It won't be damaged at all.
The world's never-ending creation be praised.
Okay, we're not going to be meeting Dandelion until after dark. So right now I'm out of the rune rites, and I'm going to. I've been working on these other venom swords here, viper swords, excuse me. I've already created one, viper, another viper silver, with 3 empty slots. I've added slots to it, and now I'm going to add 3 greater Chernobog Runestones to increase the attack power. I may have to make some more Runestones. Let's see. There, it takes 2 of the regulars to make. There's another greater one, and now I need to make. Let's see. I think I have them. Yes, I do. All right. So now we got 3, and so now I'm going to put those in this viper sword I made. So it's still the level 1 sword. So it's still the cheap, an easy sword that like I've been using throughout the run, except instead of the Marana runestone, I'm going to be putting in the attack power runestone in there because I think it might cause more damage, and the poison is great, and I'm not going to like sell that sword or anything, but I would like to at least try out the same sword with different runestones. So now we have, instead of the plus 15% poison, we have plus 15% attack power. We still have a 10% chance to poison, and if we're using an oil on the sword, we'll have a chance to poison as well. So it's not like the sword will never poison, never be used for poisoning again. It's just it will be more of an attack power, which I am in great need of because the sword by itself does not do a lot of damage. So now with that new sword equipped, I have my fast attack is 258 damage, and then critical hits are at 508. Now I'm just going to put the other sword back in there and see if there's a difference. Let's see, let's switch them out. So now I have the Viper one back in there, and it says it's the same, which I don't know if it should be. It seems like those numbers should be higher with the attack with the greater Chernobog. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. It seems like the attack number should be higher with the other sword rather than the one with the greater Marana runestones. Well, we can go test it out. Let's go fight some monsters and test it out and see if one does more damage than the other. Alright, I'm out here near the Seven Cats Inn because I know there's drowners that hang out just a little bit north of here. We're going to test out these swords. And just for a disclaimer, I already recorded this footage before, but I had the necrophage oil on one of the swords and the vampire oil on another. And so my numbers, the damage numbers, I don't think really reflected what was going on. So this is a Geralt from the future who's actually level 20, and I've come back special while I'm creating this video to do a test, and I'm going to put this footage in to the video. So we're going to try the I'm going to make sure I have necrophage oil on both swords, and we're going to try out see what kind of damage we get from these drowners. Alright, 296, 554, 295. This is the greater Marana runestone sword. 300, 311, 312, 327. Alright, let's switch out to the Chernobog runestone sword and see if there's any difference in the numbers. A significant difference. See if that 5% attack power really does anything or not. Okay. Now I get the necrophage oil on there. 310. 322. 295. So far, I've read about this, they're all about the same. 543. Oop, I missed that one. 5. I saw some. The critical hits are in the 500s, but I don't know. It doesn't look that much difference. I tried looking online and stuff for answers, and it seems like there used to be a bug for the Chernobog Runestone where you could like put it in your armor, and a lot of people are saying it doesn't show up on the when you're looking at your character stats. Like you need to have your sword pulled like this, and then when you go to your inventory and pull up your stats, then it looks like that's your true stats right there. But I don't see a difference between the two swords. The Marana, obviously the Greater Marana has a greater chance of poisoning, but I don't see any sort of I don't see any more damage output for the attack power one. So maybe attack power somehow is different than damage output. I'm really not sure how it works, I guess. I assumed that the damage would be more for the attack power. But according to these numbers in this screen here, it doesn't look that way. Well, anyway, I have this sword. I'm going to use it for a while, and if I choose to make another one, maybe it'll be like a bleeding sword or a freezing sword. You know, one of the. I guess there's lots of runestones, so I'll just have to keep looking into it and see if it really what the Chernobog runestone really does, because on the paper here, on the numbers, it doesn't look like it does anything. All right, on with the mission. We are in the little alley place where we're going to meet Dandelion. It's not quite late enough yet, though, so I might need to meditate a little bit more. And
Just with this weather.
yeah, we can just chill out here. I think that's probably an alley we can meditate in. Let me just pick these pin grapes here. Good. Yeah, let's go meditate for like another hour or so in this alley, and hopefully Dandelion will show up.
Finally made it. Listen, here's the plan. Sophronia loves adventure-filled romance novels. I can be a hero in her eyes if I can just save her from a bandit. I'll have her eating out of my hand, and there's no way she'll begrudge me that loan.
Want me to be the bandit?
Knew you'd see the sense in it right away.
Are you serious? That's your brilliant plan?
I never called it brilliant, but any kind of plan is better than none. Written your lines already,
You've written what?
so you know what to say during the performance. Here, and your mask. Put it on. Sophronia can't recognize you.
But
No time. Sophronia's coming. Stick to the plan. We'll meet at the Rosemary in the morning.
All right, Dandelion, let's do it your way. Here we go.
stop right there.
What is this? Help! Save me!
Tremble, flaxen-haired and bow before the Prince of Thieves.
Not so fast.
Oh, jeez.
Drop your sword, scoundrel. This is your first and last warning.
Dandelion!
'Tis I, though the scum of the city call me the Crimson Avenger.
More like the Crimson Asshole.
No, not the Crimson Avenger.
Great acting, Geralt.
Silence, vermin! You shall regret the day you were born.
Dandelion! Crimson Avenger!
I've been
That's okay, Dandelion. It was just a prop sword.
Eternal fire, what do you want from us? Leave us be!
This rogue will soon run off. I'm sure of it. He wouldn't chance getting caught by the guards. Would he?
I guess that's my cue to leave. Alright, let's head on back down to the Rosemary and Thyme and wait for Dandelion to show. Alright, we're back at the Rosemary and Thyme, and there's still a bunch of drunk witch hunters everywhere. Anyway, let's find a place to meditate for the night, and hopefully Dandelion will show in the morning, and we can continue this mission.
There's been a misunderstanding. You're here too early.
We agreed to meet today, so we've come today. Supplies are all hauled in, and the crew's raring to work. We'll start just as soon as our lovely directress gets round to deciding on the decoration.
But Dandelion doesn't even have the coin to pay you.
Turns out he does now, or soon will. At any rate, he's working on it.
See, it's all peachy. So will you finally decide what style you want for this interior?
Well, I've known Dandelion a long time, so I can probably make this decision for him.
What are our choices?
Master Dandelion said he was torn between boudoir style and theatre decor. Promised to let us know his choice as soon as we arrived. Now we're here, but no decision's been made. And the lady's horribly surprised she's to choose. Though apparently this whole renovation's for her sake.
For me?
Well, it's not for me. Now, would you please decide where I bust a vessel?
I've no idea what Dandelion would like. Geralt, you've known him longer. Say something.
Well, he wants to make a cabaret, so let's do more of a theater style.
You're both stage artists, and cabaret's a form of theater. Interior should reflect that.
A wonderful choice it is. At last. Gentlemen, you're done lollygagging. Get to work.
Well, well. Guess this cabaret's the real thing.
Ever since Dandelion inherited this place, he's talked about it constantly. I just never expected him to take action. And so quickly.
Who knows? Might even settle down now. He'll have to keep an eye on the business. Who would have known?
Despite what people say about him, Dandelion approaches life very rationally.
True enough. Adheres to the principle that a life enjoyed is a life well lived.
You needn't mock.
I'm not. I mean that. Nothing wrong with the principle. Dandelion just knows how to enjoy life. It's a good thing.
Dandelion can also be responsible. He always pays anyone who works for him on time, and he's never missed a performance.
Sure hope your opening won't be the first. He's still not here.
Well, he said as soon as he got the coin, he'd go see Polly, our choreographer. She's missed the last few rehearsals. I certainly hope he's not gotten into trouble.
Anything's possible with Dandelion. Let me see if I can't find him.
Alright, well, Polly the choreographer lives right near Iber Hattori, so let's head over there and see if we can find him. Here we are. There's Iber's place over there, and here's Dandelion. Hey, Dandelion.
What's the ruckus about?
Polly and her half-brained fiancé. They're fighting. She's the only one in this town who knows anything about choreography, and that lummox won't let her work for me. Hold on. What are you doing here? We were gonna meet at the Rosemary.
We were, but you didn't show. Priscilla started to worry, so I came to see how you were doing.
Priscilla started worrying about me? That's so nice!
Less for her than for you, I'm sure. So let's get back.
Did you not hear what's going on in there? We've gotta help Polly. Why do beautiful women always end up with such dicks?
No idea. Stand back. I'll break the door down.
Wait! Do we have to destroy her house? She keeps a spare key around here somewhere.
How would you know she keeps a spare key around here?
It's not as if we started working together yesterday. Before Polly joined forces with Hubio,
You'd visit her? Often?
I'd hide out here while Priscilla and Polly rehearsed at the Rosemary and Thyme. They worked on the dance numbers. I composed.
So, Polly's not one of your...
I never mix business and pleasure.
The one exception being Priscilla.
Who you were just saying is worried about us. So enough of the chatter, and start looking.
Fine. Let's find the key.
I'm sure it's not too far. Let's see, is it in here?
Find anything?
Not here.
Not there. Let's check over here by this bucket. Yep.
The key.
Whoa! What the devil's this? Get out of my house!
Watch it, and leave the woman alone.
What the f... She's my betrothed.
But I'm not your property.
I love her. I'll not let her sway her ass in his brothel.
Whoa, slow down there a minute. This is clearly one gigantic misunderstanding. One I can clear up in the blink of an eye.
Shove your excuses up your ass. Sod off, or I'll split your skull.
My friend asked you nicely, so please be courteous in return and hear him out, or we'll settle this another way.
All right, talk.
Hubio, right? Polly's told me so much about you. She said you're erudite and have an open mind.
You said that? Well, there's a truth to it. My mind's the open salt, but its open-saltedness ends when my betrothed starts wagging her ass around brothels. Get out of here, both of yous. Polly's not going anywhere.
Let him finish. There's no brothel involved.
You see, friend, Geralt just hit the nail on the head. For what you have there is the old publicity placard.
Old?
Very. From a time when my establishment was under different management. I, however, would never let any indecency take place in my cabaret. My very reputation precludes it.
So, what's all this about?
Your betrothed is a first-class artiste, and I want to offer her a position worthy of her talents. She's to be my choreographer, and that in turn means she'll receive a share of the proceeds from every performance she choreographs.
You mean to say... coin?
And fame. No flirting required. You have my word.
Suppose... in that case...
I knew you'd agree.
It's settled then. See you at the Rosemary, Polly.
Well, I'm off.
I'll catch up to you. Whew. Never expected that to go so well.
You handled it well, Dandelion. Man was putty in your hands once you called him erudite.
In negotiation, as in combat, the key is to find your opponent's weak spot and exploit it to the hilt.
So, time to head back?
I've still got to stop by Rotlick's. Commissioned some new placards from him a while ago, but Hubio came across the old version. Plowing artists got some serious explaining to do.
Who's Rodlick?
Never heard of him? Hank Rotlick, famous portrait artist?
Commissioned a portrait artist to paint your placards?
Henry's an old friend, needed the coin. And I decided we needed new placards to promote the opening performance. Seats won't fill themselves, you know.
I'll go see Rodlick. You head back to the Rosemary, where Priscilla will have my head.
Really? You'd go?
No, said that for the hell of it. Tell me where he lives.
Portside.
See you soon.
Alright, Dandelion, we're going to do that next episode. We will go see Rotlick and get you your placards. And thank you everyone for watching and for joining me. And I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.